Okay, everybody, welcome back to Headbangers History, where the riffs reign supreme and the legends are born. Let's dive into the heart-pounding history of hard rock and heavy metal. Today we're cranking the volume up to 11, plunging into the story of the band that arguably gave birth to heavy metal itself. Black Sabbath, and no respectful, knowledgeable heavy metal show would be complete without an episode about Black Sabbath. So from the grimy streets of Birmingham, England, to the stages of rock immortality, this band's journey is the stuff of legends. So buckle up because this ride is heavy. In the late 1960s, Birmingham wasn't exactly a breeding ground for rock stardom. It was a working-class industrial city. It was defined by its factories and its grit. But it's here that the four young men, Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, all found each other. Originally forming a blues rock band called Earth, the group quickly realized their true calling lay in something much darker and more powerful, much more sinister. The pivot came when they decided to embrace ominous, airy sounds inspired by horror films. A new name was born, Black Sabbath, taken from the title of a 1963 Boris Karloff horror movie.
Do you believe in ghosts?
This is the night when fear and horror walk hand in hand.
This is Black Sabbath.
The band's goal was clear: create music that was unsettling and dramatic, just like the films they loved. The first drop of Doom, self-titled debut in 1970, Black Sabbath unleashed their self-titled debut album, and the world of rock would never be the same. Released on Friday the 13th of February, the record opened with the haunting toll of church bells, thunder, rain leading into the track Black Sabbath. Tony Iommi's down-tuned sludgy guitar riffs set the tone for the entire album, and arguably the genre of heavy metal itself. This wasn't flower power. This was fear, this was despair, and pure, raw emotion. While critics initially panned the album, fans connected with its raw, heavy sound. Songs like The Wizard and NIB hinted at a band unafraid to push boundaries, blending occult themes with explosive energy. If their debut was a warning shot, 1970's Paranoid was a full-scale assault. Often considered one of the greatest heavy metal albums of all time, it solidified Black Sabbath's place in rock history. With iconic tracks like War Pigs, Iron Man, and the title track Paranoid, the album captured the growing disillusionment of a generation living in the shadows of war and a societal upheaval. Tony Iommi's riff writing on this album was legendary, while Geezer Butler's lyrics tackled everything from anti-war sentiments to mental health struggles, very rare for the time. Meanwhile, Ozzy Osbourne's distinctive voice became the rallying cry for hard rock fans everywhere. Paranoid was a commercial and a cultural juggernaut, reaching the top of the charts in the UK and becoming a staple of the heavy metal canon. Throughout the 1970s, Black Sabbath released a string of groundbreaking albums, including Masters of Reality in 71 and Volume 4 in 72, which pushed their sound even further into heavy experimental territories. They became infamous for their hard-living lifestyles, with Ozzy Osbourne emerging as a larger-than-life figure both on and off the stage. By the late 70s, however, the tensions within the band began to mount. Substance abuse, creative differences, and the pressures of fame all took their toll. In 1979, Ozzy was fired from the band. But the story didn't end there. Enter Ronnie James Dio. His powerful voice helped the band reinvent themselves with albums like Heaven and Hell in 1980. Black Sabbath's lineup continued to shift over the years, with multiple members coming and going. However, the original lineup would reunite in the late 1990s, giving fans a chance to experience the magic all over again. Black Sabbath played their final tour, aptly named The End, in 2017, marking the close of an era. But their influence remains immeasurable. They didn't just play heavy metal, they absolutely defined it. Bands like Metallica, Iron Maiden, and Slayer have all cited Sabbath as a key influence, and their riffs continue to inspire musicians to this very day. From the chilling opening chords of Black Sabbath to their final bows on stage, Black Sabbath's story is one of innovation, one of perseverance, and raw, unfiltered, unapologetic power. So stay loud, stay proud, keep the metal alive. This is Headbangers History, signing off.